I got a mask and what do she do? I do everything. I move everything.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Modestly Quee, and today I wanted to do a very highly requested video on hyperpigmentation. So if you are a woman of color, if you are a woman of any shade, there's some darkness you may come across, especially if you have pimples and you mess with them. Any darkness that you're dealing with, we're here to help you out with that today. I said we because you're going to be helping yourself as well. So if you are interested in getting a very flawless makeup look without any darkness peeking through your foundation, then you have came and clicked on the right video. I really do pray that I am helpful to you guys in just getting that covered up. The first thing I want to say is that if this is too technical for you, there's definitely other alternatives. You can go with a full coverage foundation, or you can find you a concealer that has an orange undertone that's close to your complexion shade that you can use to cover up your darkness. You want to use anything with orange undertones and covering up darkness because it's going to counteract and neutralize that darkness in the skin. So today I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Orange Corrector. Anything that talks about correcting anything in the skin is definitely something that you want to use in terms of covering up any redness, darkness, dullness, anything of the sort. A corrector is going to help. This is the LA Girl Pro Corrector Concealer, and this shade is very orange. So I like to take this shade and apply some of it here like that. You don't want a lot because when you take a lot, then it can really get ugly, okay? And I mean ugly, literally, like Oompa Loompa, Donald Trump ugly, okay? Now this is pretty dark. It's pretty bright, and this one is recommended for darker skin. In order to make it match your particular skin complexion, you want to go in with a concealer that is your shade or maybe 3 shades lighter, just to make sure that it's looking, you know, compatible to your complexion. So I'm just going to go in and put a little bit of this on my arm, on my hand. You don't need a lot, because what you'll find is when you go in with too much, then it becomes a mess. You can also mix this with foundation. It just depends on your personal preference. I'm going to mix it with the concealer that I use. This is Juvia's Place, the shade number 9. So I'm going to put the concealer right next to it. I'm not going to do any mixing yet. I want to kind of like, you know, dibble and dabble a little bit, because we don't want to make this too orange, because it can become really orange. So you want to take just a little bit of the orange corrector and mix it in. So I'm going to take a little bit more. And the reason why we take our concealer shade is because usually when you choose a concealer, you're choosing something that's going to match your under eye area. So I'm just going to go in with this brush. As you can see, this is looking really similar to my complexion shade, right? It's blending right in with the areas surrounding the dark spot. So as you can see, as I continue to apply, we're losing that darkness underneath the eyes. It's becoming more even. And shade, I like to go in with a concealer brush because this is going to help to pack that product on. And look at that. That looks amazing, right? Then I'm gonna go in and take a different brush, something a little more fluffier, and buff around the edges because we want to make sure that everything is seamless. We don't want anything harsh. We want everything blended just in case like we just only wanted to use concealer. This would be perfect, right? Because now you all evened out. You can leave out of the house looking more alive and awake rather than having darkness. I'm gonna go in on top. I just would prefer to do this because of the fact that you have more control over creating a shade for yourself. So it's really all about just playing with the shades and making it your own. Now, if this is too technical, you can definitely go and grab your full coverage foundation and that's just gonna cover up everything. But for someone who may be like, you know what, I just wanna go outside, cover up this darkness, I don't really want no foundation, I just want a concealer that's gonna blend in and do the job. So here I am again, buffing that in, making sure to cover. Go up in the crevices here too as well because this could be a little dark. So as you guys can see, that looks really good. Like, I like that. Now on this side, you can see I have darkness here. And this little darkness underneath here is not like very, very prominent, but it's there. And we can compare both sides. So this side looks more like evened out, awake, ready to take on the world. This side is like, girl, you probably need a little bit of brightness so that you can look alive once you step out of the door. There's nothing wrong with looking like this, you know? So don't get it twisted. You can go outside looking exactly like this, but you know, we learning makeup here. I like that. That looked good. We did good. We did good, y'all. So again, I'm mixing. I'm not taking too much, but I'm not taking a lot of product. I'm literally tapping in one area, tapping in the other. You probably will want more concealer than you want the orange shade because if it gets too orange, it starts to look crazy. Now I'm gonna go over this spot right here on my nose that comes from my glasses. Any glasses wearers, you know exactly what's happening. You see how I just tapped that in and that disappeared. You wanna use tapping motions because you want to make sure that you are really covering that area. So like I said before, any concealers that you may have or have came across that has an orange undertone, is a little similar to your skin complexion, that'll be perfect for this. You wouldn't have to go in and do all the technical work. So if that's something that you interested in, you definitely want to try and go to your local, like Walgreens, go to Sephora or something and have them help you out with that. But it's definitely possible. So what I found also is that the eyelid could be dark, right? So you are doing the same exact thing. Going into that concealer, going into that orange, and you're creating a shade that's going to cover the lid and even out that complexion. That's all we're doing is evening out our complexion, literally. So orange is going to counteract any darkness. For anyone who's lighter, you're going to have a more peachier tone. It's going to be lighter depending on your skin complexion, because when you add lighter foundation shades to or concealers to orange, then you start to get a lighter orange, which will be like a peach. So the very dark orange that I had going before I mixed in my product is really good for darker skin. So the darker the skin, the less product that you need to add to the corrector. At this point, some people probably will stop, but you want to make sure that you're actually covered and everything looks good. Really like what I see, so now I have darkness around the mouth area. We're gonna go in and cover that as well. We want to be even. You know, we have those like shadow hairs as well. We want to tackle those and make sure that we're covering that up. The idea of it, like I said, is just evening out your skin tone. You see that? Voila. So the brushes that I'm using, I literally have a flatter brush that's for concealer, and this brush is a fluffier brush that's going to help you to blend it out. These brushes are not like, these are just some cheap brushes. Like this is a crown brush, and this is a Stilazzi. I don't even know what this is, but any like what eyeshadow brush, fluffy eyeshadow brush, and a concealer brush will work. So this is what we have. Next, like you can be like this, go in with a powder that's your same complexion shade. Because I know some people are simple, so that's something that they would probably do. Just to balance out the skin complexion, and then go in with a powder, and that be it, right? Or we're gonna take foundation. Now this foundation is, I believe, buildable, so it's perfect for this. I'm gonna take it and go ahead and go in, and you're gonna see how this is going to make everything look blended and flawless. We're using the patting motion because we're gonna make sure that we are not moving the product around. They do have methods now where you can set the, what am I thinking about? I hate when I lose my train of thought. You can set the corrector shade or the concealer underneath the foundation so that it doesn't move. And then you can blend as you please, but I didn't do that in this video, so if that's something that you want to see, then let me know and we can get that done. But everything is even. Like, that's just what I wanted you guys to see. We can definitely cover up that darkness. It's possible. I hope that you guys learned that in watching this video. You also want to definitely like take your time with doing steps like these, because if you don't, you can end up looking very, very crazy, okay? What's up, you guys? So this completes my makeup look. This is what I came up with after I finished with the concealer and the correcting and everything like that. I hope that this video was helpful to you guys, because I just wanted to help with anybody suffering from hyperpigmentation. I know that it could be very frustrating trying to figure out how to get that covered up. Make sure that you go ahead and like, and if you like me and my channel, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe. And I will catch you all in my next video, Lord willing. Peace.